Hello, I am Cara Bachenheimer. I chair the Government Affairs practice at Brown and Fortunato, and I've been working in Washington, D.C., representing the DME POS industry for over 30 years. I am pleased to bring you today's presentation on competitive bidding, a special program brought to you by Nestle Health Science. Today, we are focusing on the new competitive bid program and enteral nutrition. At the outset, I want to alert you to the industry's education website, www.dmecbpeducation.com. This site is designed to supplement and explain the government's website, which is the CBIC website, and provides significantly more information to help bidders understand lead item pricing and other important information that bidders need to know. The bid calculators are a key feature of this website. When you go to the bid calculator section of the website, those Excel spreadsheets will automatically download onto your computer. You can then input various lead item prices and understand the resulting non-lead item prices. You can compare those prices to today's Medicare payment rates, and you'll get other information, which we'll review in more detail later in the program. Before we get into the more substantive issues of the new bidding program, which is called Round 2021, let's review the important upcoming dates. First, the bid window opens on July 16th, 2019, but registration opens on June 10th, meaning that you can go online and register at that point in time. On August 19 is the covered document review date, an important date to get certain documents in so that you get a response from the CBIC that your documents are actually complete. The bid window will close on September 18th of this year. Round 2021 is currently scheduled to begin on January 1st, 2021, meaning that's when the 3-year contracts will start and be effective for 3 years through December 31st of 2023. In this bid program, CMS is consolidating all the prior Round 1 and Round 2 areas. So there are 100 MSAs, or Metropolitan Statistical Areas, which means a total of 130 separate competitive bid areas. Because remember, CMS has divided up bid areas so that no single bid area crosses a state line. So for example, in the Washington, D.C. area, there are separate bid areas for D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Now let's get into the details of what's new for Round 2021. There are 4 important and big changes to this round of competitive bidding: a higher bid ceiling, bid surety bonds, maximum winning bid, or using the clearing price to establish the bid prices, and lead item pricing. Let's talk about the new higher bid ceiling. CMS made this change as part of their final rule in November 2016. CMS intentionally increased the bid ceiling compared to previous bid rounds, stating that it was necessary to make the program sustainable. The bid ceiling now for round 2021 for the lead item in the enteral nutrition product category is the unadjusted 2019 fee schedule. The term unadjusted means that the fee schedule is not adjusted or reduced by the competitive bid program rates. The adjusted fee schedule is what providers are getting paid now in 2019, and these adjusted fee schedules are much lower than the unadjusted fee schedules. Therefore, the term adjusted simply means adjusted by competitive bid prices. The unadjusted 2019 fee schedule is the same as the old, higher 2015 fee schedule, but it has the CPI increases that have been applied since then. Here's an example of how the bid ceiling for round 2021 for the enteral nutrition lead product compares to today's Medicare payment rate. The bid ceiling is published on the website of the CBIC, or the Competitive Bid Implementation Contractor, at www.dmecompetitivebid.com. You'll see that the lead item for enteral nutrition is B4035, the enteral feeding supply kit, because that's the item that Medicare pays the most for. The rate that you're getting paid right now in 2019, which is the 2019 adjusted rate, is $5.02. You can compare that right here to the bid ceiling for round 2021, which is based on the 2019 unadjusted rate, and that number jumps to $12.39. So when bidders submit bids for the enteral nutrition product category, the highest that you can bid for the B4035, which is the lead item, is $12.38, 1 penny below the ceiling. For the 2021 bid round, CMS has made a fundamental change to how bidders submit bids. In previous bid rounds, bidders would submit a price for every single HCPCS code in a product category. Under the new method, which is called lead item pricing, bidders only submit one price per product category, and they submit that for the HCPCS code for which Medicare spends the most money. This is called the lead item. The price of the lead item will then dictate the price of all the other items in the product category, and those items are called non-lead items. While this new method appears simpler because bidders only input one price per product category, it is really more complicated than in the past because bidders must analyze and understand the impacts of the lead item bid on each of the non-lead items in the product category to ensure that the resulting non-lead item prices are at a sustainable level. Therefore, under lead item pricing, the lead item price, called the SPA or single payment amount, drives the price for all non-lead items based upon the relative ratio of the non-lead to the lead items as they existed in the 2015 fee schedule. This does not mean that if a lead item ends up being 10% above today's rate, then all non-lead item prices increase 10%. Industry leaders have created a bid calculator on our education website, www.dmecbpeducation.com. That's competitive bid program education. You can use this bid calculator for the enteral nutrition product category to see exactly what the non-lead item prices would be if you input different prices for the lead item. This new lead item pricing methodology therefore adds great complexity to the bidding process, and we urge all bidders to spend the time to understand how the lead item price impacts non-lead items when formulating bids. Here's an example of how lead item pricing affects the non-lead items in the enteral nutrition product category. For this product category, B4035 is the lead item. In 2015, the fee schedule for B4035 was $11.95. So if $11.95 represents 100%, B4152, which was 57 cents in 2015, represents 4.8% of that $11.95. Similarly, for the non-lead item B4154, the 2015 fee schedule of $1.25 represents 10.5% of that $11.95. The colored numbers in the right-hand column show what happens to the prices for these two non-lead items for 4 different price scenarios for the lead item. If the bid price for the lead item ends up being $12, then B4152 will be 70 cents and B4154 will be $1.26. Similarly, a $10 price for the lead item of B4035 would result in a price of 48 cents for B4152 and $1.05 for B4154. A bid price of $8 for the lead item would result in a bid price of 38 cents for B4152 and 84 cents for B4154. And finally, a bid price of $5 for B4035 would result in a price of 24 cents for B4152 and 56 cents for B4154. The bid calculator at dmecbpeducation.com allows you to input any price up to the bid ceiling for the particular bid area and see the resulting non-lead item prices. When CMS promulgated its new regulation last year with lead item pricing, it was very clear in explaining that it is critically important for bidders to make sure that all costs for all non-lead items in a product category are factored into the price that bidders input for the lead item. it may make sense to view the enteral nutrition product category holistically to ensure that the market basket of items and services can be provided based upon the bidder's price for the lead item. Remember, competitive bid contractors are required to be able to provide all the products in the product category. CMS wants to ensure that contractors can provide all items in the product category, and they will do so via what is called a bona fide bid analysis. CMS may ask bidders to provide supplemental information to demonstrate that they can provide all the items in the product category. Bidders are therefore required to submit bona fide bids for the lead item, which need to result in bona fide prices for all the other or non-lead items in the product category. This is a direct quote from CMS in its final rule, published last November in 2018. CMS states that suppliers should consider their costs for furnishing all items in the product category in formulating their bid for the lead item. And they go on to say that a supplier that cannot accept a payment reduction of 50% for a non-lead item would need to factor this fact into what they bid for the lead item, because the bid for the lead item would also represent their bid for furnishing all of the items in the product category. They, or the bidder, may have to bid an amount that is higher than the amount they would bid if they were bidding just for the lead item, in order to factor in the cost of furnishing all of the other items in the product category. Before we get into the actual bid calculator, I want to go through the instructions that you'll find on the website as well. Now, to reach this page, go to our website at dmecbpeducation.com. And if you haven't already signed up for email alerts, please do so to make sure you get all the information that gets pushed out. So when you go to that website, click on Bid Calculator, which should be on the top right corner. Then you'll see a separate bid calculator for each of the 16 product categories. Click on the calculator for enteral nutrition. On the bottom tabs, you'll see a number of options. One of them is the instructions. And this is what you'll see when this pops up. First of all, make sure you enable the macros to use the calculator effectively. If you disable the macros when opening in the workbook, make sure you close them and reopen the workbook to enable the macros or go into your security settings. So here are the instructions, and we're going to walk through this with the actual bid calculator in a moment, but I want to make sure that we go through it in the right order. First of all, it's important to know that you can choose the specific competitive bid area, or CBA, that you would like to bid on and you would like to put lead item prices in. All of the 130 CBAs are available in the drop-down box. After you do that, you enter your bid amount for the lead item in cell B5. Then there's a number of columns there, and we're going to look at this in a moment. Column E has the single payment amount based on the lead item price. That will display your bid amount for each of the non-lead items. And in column F, that will display the percent difference between the 2019 fee schedule, what you are getting paid now, and the bid price that is calculated based upon the price you put in for your lead item. That cell will turn red if the bid price for the non-lead item is lower than today's Medicare payment rate. And remember, that is the adjusted 2019 rate. That cell will turn green if the resulting bid price for the non-lead item is higher than today's 2019 Medicare payment rate. The next column, column G, will display the difference expressed in dollars between the current 2019 Medicare fee schedule and the resulting bid price that is calculated based upon what you put in for the lead item price. Again, this cell will turn red if the bid price for the non-lead item is lower than today's 2019 Medicare payment rate. The cell will turn green if the bid price for the non-lead item is higher than the current Medicare payment rate, the 2019 adjusted rates. Number 6, you have the option to enter your costs associated for each item or HCPC code for your business in the columns to the right, which are labeled H through J. Column K will then aggregate the total costs you entered into columns H through J, and column I will then automatically calculate the net profit or loss based on your bid price and total costs, and that calculation will be on a HCPC code specific basis. The bid calculator also has a legal disclaimer, which is important for us all to keep in mind as we go through and become educated about bidding under the new rules for round 2021. This bid calculator compiles publicly available information from government sources on the Medicare competitive bidding program, and it also comes from CMS's website and the CBIC, or the Competitive Bidding Implementation Contractor's website at dmecompetitivebid.com. We have created this bid calculator as an educational tool. It is not intended to provide legal or bidding advice, and bidders are each individually responsible for their own bids and should consult their own counsel for legal advice. We're now going to take an up-close look at the bid calculator on the website. So here are the instructions again about how to find these bid calculators. First, go to our website at dmecbpeducation.com. Click on the icon that says Bid Calculator. In the array of product categories, then click on Enteral Nutrition. Again, you'll see a number of tabs along the bottom. They are labeled Instructions, Enteral, 2019 Rates, and State Bid Ceiling. So now you're on the Enteral Nutrition Bid Calculator site. When you click on the tab at the bottom that says 2019 Rates, this chart will pop up. This chart shows the current 2019 Medicare payment rates for all the items included in the competitive bidding program for each competitive bid area. You will need to scroll down to the code section that begins B4034 to find the Enteral Nutrition HCPCS codes. You can then look along the top and you'll see the 130 competitive bid areas, or CBAs, listed alphabetically going from left to right. So this way you can scan what the current Medicare payment rates for the items included in the bidding program. When you click on the bottom tab titled State Bid Ceiling, this chart will come up. This chart shows the bid ceiling for the Enteral Nutrition lead item B4035 for all of the bid areas, or CBAs. You'll see that the bid ceiling for B4035 is the same, $12.39, in every single competitive bid area. So remember, this is the bid ceiling. The highest you can bid for the lead item in the Enteral Nutrition product category is $12.38, a penny below the bid ceiling. Now click on the tab that is titled Enteral, and the bid calculator for the Enteral Nutrition product category will come up. First, you will choose the bid area, or competitive bid area, CBA, at the top. There's a drop-down menu where you can pick any one of the 130 competitive bid areas. This is the cell where you currently see Aiken and Edgefield counties, South Carolina. Most of the cells in the bid calculator are purposefully locked because they are set. The bid ceiling is automatically reflected in the blue cell, the one that shows $12.39, right below the lead item description. This shows you the maximum amount you can bid in the bright yellow blank cell where you will enter a bid for the lead item. The row in black shows the lead item, and the orange rows below the black lead item show the top 75% of HCPCS codes by dollars spent by Medicare in descending order. The column titled Ratios from CMS Calculator show the 2015 Medicare fee schedules, which dictate how the lead item, at 100%, will drive the prices for all of the non-lead items, as I explained earlier. The next column, titled January 2019 Rate, shows today's Medicare payment rates. The column titled Single Payment Amount, based on lead item bid price column, will auto-populate once you put a price in for the lead item based upon those 2015 fee schedule ratios. The next two columns will identify how the resulting prices for the lead and non-lead items compare to today's 2019 Medicare payment rates. Again, that column that is titled Jan 2019 Rates. And if those cells turn green, that means that the resulting price is higher than today's payment rate. And if the resulting cell turns red, it means that the resulting price is lower than today's Medicare payment rates. The columns in light blue to the right are where you can input your acquisition and other indirect costs. And to the far right, not captured in this picture, is the column that will calculate your total net profit or net loss per HCPCS code based upon the number you have already input into the light blue columns. Therefore, the only data that you can input in the calculator are first, a lead item price, and second, your company's direct and indirect costs for all of the HCPC codes in the product category. The bid calculator then does all of the work to show you the resulting prices for the lead and non-lead items and your company's profit or loss by HCPC code. Here's an example of where the bidder bids a price that is close to today's 2019 Medicare payment rate. In this example, which is for illustrative purposes only, the bidder bids $5 for the lead item. As a result, you can see in the orange rows what the resulting prices for the non-lead items would be. For example, B4034 would be $2.62, and since that is lower than today's Medicare payment rate of $2.78, the two cells which identify the percent and dollar change turn red. The two columns on the right turn red because the resulting price for that non-lead item is less than today's rate. This example shows a bid for the lead item that is closer to the bid ceiling. Here, and again this is for illustrative purposes only, the bidder bids $10 for the lead item, B4035. Again, the cells in the column that are titled Single Payment Amount based on lead item bid price will auto-populate to show the resulting prices for the non-lead items. In this case, the resulting prices for the non-lead items that we see here are higher than today's Medicare payment rate, shown in the January 2019 rate column. As a result, the two columns on the right turn green, meaning that the resulting non-lead rates are higher than today's 2019 rates. This slide focuses on the light blue columns where you can input your company-specific data. You can insert by HCPC code your company's acquisition cost, indirect cost, and desired profit margin for each HCPC code in the enteral nutrition product category. The calculator will then automatically calculate your net profit or loss by HCPC code. This bid calculator therefore allows you to fully understand the impact on your company of different lead item prices on your company's ability to provide all the items in the product category, both the lead and non-lead items, by trying out different lead item prices. Now that we've gone through the bid calculator for enteral nutrition in some detail, please go to www.dmecbpeducation.com and try it out for yourself. Make sure you sign up for email alerts so you get all the information that we'll be pushing out. Remember, go to the bid calculator on that site and select the enteral nutrition. Make sure you enable the macros and try out so you fully understand the impact of lead item pricing on your business. Remember, the competitive bidding window opens on July 16th. Please visit that website for many additional helpful resources and this free competitive bidding calculator and other tools that will help you prepare your bid. Bid smart. Thank you for listening. Please remember that this presentation and any related remarks are not intended to be legal advice or a legal opinion on any specific facts or circumstances. The contents are intended for general information purposes only. The presentation may have changed since the presentation was created. Please consult your own attorney for specific legal advice. Funding for this program on enteral nutrition has been provided by Nestle Health Science. My name is Cara Bachenheimer with Brown & Fortunato, and thank you for listening.